Hello, world! I don't know if I like it. Do you like it?
I do.
That's all that matters.
No, it's not, because then you're going to be like, oh, I hate this episode. Look at my hair. Look at yourself in the mirror and decide. Welcome to our 3-part engagement party story.
Woo!
First of all, getting proposed to by your boyfriend of 7 years.
Yours truly.
Unexpected. So from there, it was kind of like, we're planning a wedding now. We're looking at venues now. But there's a part of me that's still kind of like, oh man, this is a lot. This is a lot. Like, am I doing too much? And we didn't think we were going to have an engagement party because it was too much.
And in her defense, I actually kind of put it on Jill. I was like, what do you want? Like, do you want an engagement party? You know, I think the success of the proposal event kind of deterred us from initially thinking about doing an engagement party, because all these people had already just come out for us, you know, so we were kind of feeling like, well, we're asking them a lot, and then obviously once we decide on the wedding, we're going to ask them to come to that too. So I can totally understand Jill's hesitation in doing an engagement party, but I think it was getting some of the great content from our engagement shoot that inspired us to have another event and gave us confidence to engage with our friends and family.
Now your girl, you know, I deserve it all. I do. I had to convince myself of that. Jarrett definitely helped me, but definitely the photos solidified it. Like, oh my gosh, we got the photos back from the both engagement shoots, and we're like in love with them, and we want to show them to everyone, not just one or two. We want to like take up all the space.
So the first step we started thinking about is, it's summertime. You know, how do you execute an engagement party when you know that a lot of your friends and family aren't going to be available? They're going to be traveling. They're going to be having other events, other weddings to go to. So we started looking at what weekends, what blocks of times made the most sense for us. And we got a target date that we started trying to work towards, and that was July 20th. Our wedding already had a theme, so we wanted to actually interject that theme in some way and let people know what we were doing. Communicate, hey guys, we're going to have this really cool wedding experience. So when we started looking at venues, we first started down the traditional path of New York City bar, lounge, rooftop, trying to take advantage of the summer-esque feel. And there was a lot of options. Obviously, you have New York, tons of options.
Jarrett and I, we know a lot of people. So proposal was out of the blue. Engagement would be, you know, anticipated. So we also had to think, is there going to be a place that we can hold enough people, you know, and is it going to be convenient to show these photos that we want to showcase in this space? You know, it was a lot of different factors.
Because we had a themed wedding and an all-adult wedding, the benefit of having an engagement party is that we can actually invite all of our family, our young ones as well as our adults, and really start to communicate the theme and let people engage with it in a fun way. I took to Instagram and I asked my family, again, I'm from Philly, Jill's from New York. I asked my friends and family that follow me, what would be better, Philly or New York, for an engagement party? And New York got more votes. So that was for me kind of like, all right, I guess we're doing New York. And I think it's because a lot of people in Philly want to get the hell out of Philly and actually go to another place to have fun. And the New Yorkers, y'all lazy. So y'all were like, all right, if I only gotta go down the street or take a subway, cool. So I think that's why New York kind of won out.
With the idea now that we want to have family there, we kind of stopped looking at bars because we felt that bars was too adult, and a lot of them didn't allow children inside. So we started thinking, how could we take these showcasing of these photos in a family space somewhere in New York City?
Also, the other issue with bars that we started looking into was the cost of the bars. You have to pay for the space itself, you got to pay for open bar type activities, or you got to get wristbands and stuff, and it started adding up, and we're like, all of that for a drinking experience that's not really going to be fun and conversational. You have to think, your engagement party oftentimes is going to be the first time a lot of the members of your families are meeting each other. So you want them to be able to meet each other in a space that they can actually engage, and maybe not get drunk and fight.
And also, what happens in bars too, it's easy to get like cliquish in a bar, where because the space isn't, conducive for more openness, more interconnectivity. It's more of like, oh, let's pick a corner, and that's the corner we're gonna stay at. This is gonna be Jill's family's corner and Jarrett's family, and we didn't want that. We wanted more intermingling. We wanted an environment that really invited everyone to explore the space.
So we said, okay, no bars. What other type of venues are there? The venue idea really came to us as we started seeing more and more photos come through. Our photographer Chuck started sending content from our urban shoot. Our photographer Mariah started sending content from our elegant shoot, and we're seeing these things and we're like, man, this is like art. Wait, it is art. How do you showcase art? Art gallery! So, museum. First we went to the MoMA. We was like, yo! No, I'm just kidding. We didn't go to MoMA. So we started looking in our backyard and chose Harlem as our first destination of locations we wanted to look at. We knew that we were going to potentially have some pieces we need to get to a location. We have a really great connection and history in Harlem already. So we were thinking to ourselves selfishly, if we can get everyone to come to us, we can kind of control that environment and hopefully save some money. Our first gallery we went to was actually in the back of a wine cellar.
The Harlem Wine Gallery is where we looked at, and we definitely enjoy the wine gallery because we love wine. But
unfortunately, that space only allowed for a maximum of about 40 people. And we knew we were only giving people a couple of weeks in planning time, but we had a nudge inkling that we were going to have more than 40 people.
Between just our families is more than 40 people. I'll just put it at that.
You walk down the street, Jill will meet more than 40 people she knows.
If you've ever come to one of our events, you know what I'm saying. Plus, there's so many places in Harlem that are so community-based, and we wanted to make sure to explore those because it's in our own backyard, and there's nothing like giving back to the community where you live in. So we looked at the National Black Theater, which has not only theater spaces, but they have event spaces and art spaces too. It's been in the community for over 45 years.
And it's a beautiful location.
We really like the space. They have like this giant like domed like event space, and it's huge, and when we walked in there, it just felt like African royalty.
Literally.
It literally did. It was just giving us all the vibes that we really were portraying in our own photos.
Yeah, and the benefit of the theater is that there's a lot of event spaces within the theater. So not only the dome for larger events, I believe it's capable of 300 or more. But there's also other event spaces, and actually I was able to see a second without Jill. It was a really cool event space, and I could really picture our engagement party event and gallery here. I was walking through the space. It's 2 levels. To be honest, it was a little intimidating because it was such a large space, but it was really beautiful, and it already had the kind of benefits of being able to showcase a gallery. Unfortunately, the price. Pretty freaking expensive, right? Again, they host some of the most famous artists in the world, so they got money, but we were trying to save a little money. So we decided
a lot of dollar signs,
probably like 5. So we decided to keep looking and see what other galleries, and we actually went juxtaposition that. We went to a place that was very, very affordable actually. It was actually owned by some folks you know.
We went to the Heath Gallery, which is owned by a LaGuardia alumni. I went to LaGuardia High School. Woo-woo. And my friend Hollis, her parents run a gallery in Harlem, the Heath Gallery, where they do kind of art events every month, which you guys should definitely check out. And we wanted to go and check it out, and unfortunately that space was a little too small as well. We love the fact that it was family owned. We love that like sense of community. Again, it was kind of like we're looking for a place that really represents us. So that one was really like what we wanted, but unfortunately space was also another issue there.
Well, the third actually was a location I saw while looking on a website for event spaces and galleries. Came across this location and decided after leaving the Heath Gallery, hey, let's see if we can find the address by just zooming in really close on the app's map and walking around to see if we can see this location.
Wasn't
space.
it like Pier Space or something?
I believe it was Pier Space, yes. So we went around. It was on 125th Street. We kind of got to the same area. They didn't tell you the exact address, but it's like they'll give you a block radius. So we pulled up on this place, and it was it. And the same person who was the host on Pier Space was right behind the front desk. So we popped in and started talking. And the location was
the Caribbean Cultural Center African Diaspora Institute. This place has been in the community for a really long time as well. It is known for doing art exhibits, lectures, concerts, all different types of things. It's a decommissioned historic landmark. It used to be a firehouse and it was decommissioned on 125th Street. And it's amazing.
It is really awesome space. Tons of floors, multiple gallery situations. But what was most awesome about it is that walking in on a random day, talking with someone, we only saw their photo on Pier Space. They gave us the best vibes and energy. We started talking about what we were looking to do and how we wanted to have this event. And they immediately embraced us and said, come on, let me show you the space. While it was actually an event going on at the time. So they showed us the space. We walked through the different floors of the gallery. There's 2 floors for gallery options along with an office space they have. And we started getting all this great energy and seeing all this great opportunity to use the space if we could obviously secure it. So our next step, because it is a nonprofit organization, we had to actually pitch the place on hosting our event.
See, they don't usually do engagement parties at this place, but we weren't really having an engagement party. We wanted to showcase art. We were having an art show about our engagement.
We took our theme of royalty and what we were looking to do and how we wanted to change the narrative and dialogue behind royalty, and we presented it to them as an opportunity to have an event with African diaspora alumni, with people who are from the African diaspora that really were hoping to change the mindsets and engage both friends and family and the community. So after a couple of days of pitching and a couple of emails, they approved our event, gave us a really good rate, cheaper than the larger solution we saw earlier, and we started moving forward into trying to execute these photos now.
So we had the date for July 20th for our engagement party. So we had to get the photos ready, understand the space and how we were going to set everything up, how we were going to execute. There was just a lot to figure out with a little bit of time. On top of that, we had to invite all of our family and friends. Because remember, people, if you're going to invite people to your engagement party, they definitely have to be on the wedding list. That's etiquette, and there's no going around that. So we wanted to make sure as many people on our wedding list made it to this engagement party.
The next thing we did was try to find a source that actually could produce our engagement photos in physical form. We were looking at places that could offer speed, flexibility, and also budget. We did not want to blow our budget on this. So we found a website, easycanvasprints.com. We were able to actually get a really great discount. We actually ordered just a couple of pieces to see what it looks like, to get their quality, and obviously not spend all of our money in the beginning. The photos came in, and they looked great. Printed on canvas, beautiful pieces of art, and the photos on canvas, as well as having this amazing gallery space locked in, inspired us to do a lot more.
Yes, so the space was huge. I'm telling you, this place was so huge. So we originally had the idea that we would do like 11 canvases. We ended up with 38.
Yeah, a lot of canvases. And the reason why we did so many, again, the space was so amazing, and we started thinking about, we couldn't pick just one. Like these photos.
All of it.
From Harlem to Dykeman to Philly. We were like, we wanted to showcase so many. So we came up with an idea to, one, make our event fun, engaging, mingling, make it something that people had to walk around, and 2, not break the bank. So what we did was we had
a silent auction. Woo! I know. How the hell do you have a silent auction? Tune in next time as we break down how the silent auction was set up, how we set up these paintings in this huge space, and how we got ready for our big engagement party.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. We hope that you liked it. Please subscribe, please share, and tune in next time.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Bye. Bye from Harley.
Bye from the Royal Cousers.